Spinlocks versus mutexes, when to spin and when to sleep. Every synchronization primitive costs you something. Today, we're figuring out exactly when each one pays off. Target duration, 5 seconds. You're staring at perf top showing 60% CPU time in pthread mutex lock. Your latency is in the toilet. Someone says just use a Spinlock, and now your 16-core server is pegged at 100% doing nothing useful. This is the trap. A Spinlock does an atomic compare and swap in Userspace, looping until it wins. 0 Syscalls, but 100% CPU while it waits, and every failed attempt bounces the cache line between cores at 40 to 80 nanoseconds of bounce. A Mutex tries the same fast path first, but on contention, it calls Futex, which is a syscall, a context switch, and your thread goes to sleep until it's woken back up. Same problem, opposite failure mode. An uncontested mutex costs 25 to 50 nanoseconds, about the same as a Spinlock's atomic operation. The difference only shows up under contention. A cache line bounce costs 40 to 80 nanoseconds, a Futex syscall costs about 500 nanoseconds, and a full context switch costs 3 to 5 microseconds. That gap is the entire decision. Under 100 nanoseconds with low contention, spin. Between 100 nanoseconds and 10 microseconds, use an adaptive mutex that spins briefly, then sleeps, which is exactly what Postgres LW lock does. Over 10 microseconds, let the scheduler do its job with a regular mutex. And for real-time work, use a priority inheritance mutex on a preempt RT kernel, because Spinlocks can't fix priority inversion. Here's the trap almost nobody warns you about. A low-priority thread holds a Spinlock. A high-priority thread starts spinning, waiting for it. But the low-priority thread never gets CPU time because the high-priority thread is hogging the core, just spinning. That's a deadlock hiding as a scheduling problem. Priority inheritance mutexes fix it by temporarily boosting the lock holder's priority. Spinlocks simply can't do that. Redis uses Spinlocks for its tiny job queue because critical sections run under 50 nanoseconds. Postgres's buffer pool spins for lookups, which take nanoseconds, but uses mutexes for I/O, which takes milliseconds. Nginx sidesteps the whole problem with a multi-process architecture. No shared memory, no locks needed at all. So the real answer isn't always spin, and it isn't always sleep. It's measure your critical section, count your threads, and pick the primitive that wastes the least time. Perfstat, strace, and proc status tell you exactly which one you're paying for right now. Target duration, 10 seconds. Profile your critical section, then choose your lock. Now go run the test yourself.